Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Emilia, or I guess welcome back to the Crochet Lovers Crochet Podcast. I have filmed a couple of videos since I've made this podcast, so kind of out of routine here. The day of filming, it is Christmas for those in the United States who celebrate. Merry Christmas if you celebrate, Happy Holidays, and if you don't, I still hope that you had a great day. I did. Today I opened gifts with my family at home, and we traveled and spent the day with my family on my mom's side, and I got home and I took a nap because I was feeling very exhausted and here I am. So if my glasses happen to just like come on my face, just ignore that. But I'm not wearing contacts, so I might need them later. Anyways, let's just go into the video. So this week has been very interesting. For those of you who don't live in the Midwest or the East, let me tell you something. For starters, I live in Indiana. We got hammered in snow. There was a blizzard, and I think that's all I have to say. There was a pretty big blizzard, and yesterday is when things kind of calmed down and stopped snowing, but obviously the snow was still outside, and it just finally started warming up a bit today. And what I mean by warming up, I mean it was -4, feeling like -35 for a couple days. And now it's 10 degrees, feeling like, oh sorry, I guess it's 11 degrees. My computer's telling me one thing, my phone's telling me another. Let's see what the weather app has to say for this. Sorry, it's 9, it feels like -4. So it's warmed up a little bit. Nonetheless, it's still pretty chilly. And this week has been very fun. So to keep myself entertained, I have been working on a project, and I'm going to show you guys that very, very soon, but I want to show you something I did first. Yeah, so during the blizzard, I was keeping like a little vlog, but it wasn't actually a vlog. It was more like a, here's my day as I crochet all day, type thing. So, I mean, I guess it could be considered as a vlog, but because I did nothing but sit in my bed and crochet all day, it's not an intro, somewhere like a usual vlog. Nonetheless, I downloaded an editing tool on my computer for this, and I had a lot of fun editing it. So I think I'm gonna start trying to do more videos like that. So we will see how that goes, but keep an eye out for that. I split it up. This occurred over 3 days. Day 1 was, and I thought we were gonna get snow, but we didn't actually. That was the 21st of the winter solstice. And then, so there's a lot of footage on its own because I spent like, there's 7 minutes of me introducing my projects, etc., trying to just explain. And then there's, I think day 2 and 3 I'm gonna end up putting together. Just because day 2 I don't have a lot of footage, and day 3 I kind of just stopped once I finished the project, and I was gonna work on the other project. But I just wanted to lay down and not do that, so I didn't do that. You'll understand as the video goes on. But yes, there's that. so excited to talk to you guys about what I'm doing today now. So I don't remember when it was, but I did end up making these. Oh, before I go into this, I just want to let you guys know why was there a random podcast number 60, you might ask. That was filmed back in October when I had my hair dyed around Christmas time. Like the bottom was just dyed purple. That's how you know it was from October. And that was back when I was doing my weeklies, and I totally forgot to post that. I remember that I had to attach another clip to it. I don't remember if I attached the clip or not, but in reality, I don't have the notes I had for it anymore, so instead of scrapping the whole video, I decided I'm not going to do that because I showed you guys a lot of cool stuff in that video. I showed you guys the cardigan and my knitted hat, and I am very passionate and excited about both of those projects, so I was like, there he goes. So, yeah, so this is a pattern that I wrote back in 2019, I think, called the Wild Wild Fall Scarf / Cowl. Very creative with the name, right? I've never been good with naming. I'm gonna be completely honest there. So this is, I'm gonna see if I can turn this on. Sorry, I was trying to blind you there. Just to show you a better example real quick of the stitching. Okay, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is a free pattern on my blog website, or you can find it in the description box below. This is bright, so I'm gonna turn off in a second. You do a double crochet. Where's the double crochet at? You do, I'll start from down here. Okay, you do a double crochet, single crochet, 2 bobbles, I think these are, a single crochet, and then double crochet, and then you just repeat that until you're satisfied with the length. And then that's the whole pattern. You just repeat that. So there's 2 double crochets stacked on top of each other, and it just gives a very complicated but simple look. I know, like, my family would be like, oh my gosh, like, that looks really complicated, and then you are like, actually, it's not. Like, this is a very easy pattern. It worked up very, very fast. So, like, it's just that type of thing. And then I have it available on the website to either leave it as a 40-inch cowl or however long inch scarf, or you can turn it into a cowl whenever you're satisfied with the length, you're satisfied with it. I left this very generic, so it could be very personalized to you. Whenever you want the length done, you want the length done. I'm not gonna tell you when to do the length, like, because I know I'm very picky with my scarves sometimes. And this is a gift that would not have been here, but something happened, so I didn't end up giving it to her. And then this scalloped edging, I love the look of scalloped edges. Call me crazy. Oh, I added my little thingy to it. Made with love by Amelia's Crochet. I love scalloped edging look, so I have that available on the website too. How to do the scalloped edging to give it a more finished look. But yeah, very cool. And just I'm not gonna wear it very long because, like I said, this is a gift. But I think it's just loose enough. And then say that, well, she also has like poofier hair, so think of hair volume, how it fills up. And then think of like a scarf, not a scarf, like a jacket too. That's gonna take up more space when you go like that with it. But yeah, so there's the cowl. And I was originally going to do the scarf, but to be honest, I did this the day before I was gonna go out, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do the scarf. I'll just do it a cowl, but I will give her some gloves as well. So there is not a pattern for these, but I do think before I'm on break, I am going to write a pattern up for this, just because it was very simple and just to practice my pattern writing skills. I don't think I'm gonna go through the whole getting it tested type thing. I think you get the idea. Just go along with it. Yeah. So this is based off that 6 row repeat. Oh, here it is. Okay. So what I did was, this is how I've always made my chain, my fingerless gloves. I do a little chain, and I think for these I did 20 or 21 if I'm not mistaken. Just because you do as when I did my original chain, I ended up having like that much extra gap because it goes on and then it gets wider and you realize, oh no, I don't need that much. So end up making your chain a little bit smaller and then it'll grow for you. So I think my chain was like 20 or 21. And then I did 4 rows of double crochet because that was when I got to my thumb. And then I did a row of single crochet, stitch and started the thumb gap. And then my 2 babble stitches. And then the way I did it, I just worked around the thumb gap. And then the last single crochet row, I came it all together. And then 5 rows of double crochet. And that was that. So it's a very simple pattern. And I think it looks great if you ask me. Personally, this color is not for me. I don't think I look good in pink. I think I look better in blues, but not that you matter my color choices, but yeah, but there's that. So I'm excited for her to see this, and I had just gotten this big box of yarn in the mail that I completely forgot to do a video about because I was like, why would I do a video about yarn? In that box, it was a Black Friday deal, was a full skein of Red Heart with Love, which was my first time using with Love, and I liked it. I wish it wasn't, maybe I'm wrong here, but isn't this like pricier than regular Super Saver? This is in the colorway Papaya. So, if you think about it, you could still add tons of length to your scarf and have a full set. Call it good. And then I was really gonna spice it up and make a hat, and I was like, I can't do a hat. So there is that. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. What was I doing in the blizzard? I was keeping warm. I was keeping warm by finishing my 2017 Jayda InStitches calendar blanket that I started in 2019 that I just finished. I'm gonna take you on a little tour. Well, for starters, let's start at the border, which you probably like, no, I want to see the things. Okay. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Jayda InStitches calendar blanket, every month is a new square based off of something that can be tied to that month. And then you would finish it off with a granny stripe border. In white. So I already had the white stripe. And then you'll see eventually I had yellow everywhere in it, and I really like the color yellow. So I was like, okay, I'll just do yellow. Why not? And then I felt I needed another row of white, so I did white again. I personally am scared of the color white. I am too messy for the color white, especially on clothing, on blankets. That's scary in my opinion. Do you know how many cups of coffee that I've spilled? So I hope this blanket is blessed with luck. So I'm gonna warn you guys, if you end up seeing the back of it, don't think anything of it, because this is for me. I'm not selling it. I was very messy with it. And what's really exciting about it is that you can trace this back on my Instagram from when I first started making it back in 2019. That's amazing in my mind. Okay. Ready? I just don't want to get up. I'm not ready. Okay. We have January Snowman. I'm sure you can even find it on the podcast too. February's Bear. March's Leprechaun hat and rainbow. April's Easter Bunny, which looks a little funky if you ask me, but that's okay. We're all loved here. May's Flower. I could have added like 2 little things right here, like bugs, but I remember just not wanting to do that, so I didn't. May's Bugs. April, May, June. June's Sun with a hot pink smile. These colors are so much more vibrant in real life. It's insane. Then there's July's Baseball. Baseball. Beach Ball. Then there's August Camper. Now this square in particular was very important to me because I don't know if you caught on or not, but I camp with my family every weekend when weather permits. Like, it's usually April to October, end of October. So the fact that they had a camping square just really tied it all together. I wish that they should put a second wheel on it, but I wanted to follow it, so. Okay, and then this is where I stopped on the blanket. I had this square made, I just didn't sew it on. So I ended up sewing the square on. I made September's Apple. And there's even like a little stem, but it blends in. There's September's Apple. October's Jack-o'-lantern. And the background is navy blue. I don't know how I can see that though. November's Owl, which I think this is one of my favorites. So cute. November's Owl. And yes, I do realize it's a little off-centered just because I didn't sew this one on right. The bigger part's supposed to be at the bottom. I didn't catch that on until after I sewed it. And then December's Ornament. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about December as well. If you want more information about the patterns themselves, I'll leave the information, everything you'll need for this down below. I followed all of this through YouTube. YouTube is your best friend when you have no clue what to do. I'm just so glad I was actually able to finish it because this was one of my goals for 2022 and I finished it. Okay, so back to the December square. She told us, she basically gave us the instructions for how to do like the basic ornament, and then this is an ornament, not a bomb. It looks like a bomb, it's not a bomb. Hook to it. And then she had 2 little stars on hers. And I was like, oh, I like that. And then, because she wanted us to like customize this like for ourselves. And then she had a snowflake on hers. Mind you, at this point, I was also like kind of done with the blanket. I just kind of wanted to finish it up. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to do a snowflake. And I was looking through like ornament things on YouTube, and I was like, I want to do an angel. Like, angels are very symbolic, like in my life and my family. It's like, I want to do an angel. So I did an angel, and I do wish that I used my like silver sewing thread together with that angel loop, but it's obviously too late now, and I'm sure it wouldn't have made a difference anyways, but that would have been a cool touch to have. So there is this blanket, and I was sleeping with it earlier. I mean, this is so warm, and because of all the appliques, it's just so much thicker, and I love it. So as I kind of said, I was like jumping topics. This was one of my goals for 2022, and another one of my goals for 2022 was to work on this as well. You're probably like, Amelia, what is that? I'll show you what this is. You probably haven't seen this since 2019 either. That's if you've even stuck around this long. I'm sure if you go back through my podcast, you can see it. If you do, by chance, it would be like in January, February, March, maybe April 2019, and then it would stop. Anyways, before I explain what this was, well, I have this thought in my head. That blanket, one of my goals was to only have 2 of the squares done. I had to make 4 squares, and then I did the border, and I sewed another one on. So I did more than just the 2 squares. I didn't even realize that till after I did the blanket, and I was like, but yeah, so that blog post is gonna be so much fun to type and write out, but I'm gonna wait until December 30th, 31st to write the blog post. That way I can give myself the full time. Now you're like, what's this blanket? Is that a blanket? Yes, this is also from Jayda InStitches. This was back when I was on my YouTube tutorial kick. Now I've upgraded to patterns. I still watch YouTube videos, like, who doesn't? Tutorials, podcasts. This is the 2019 Folk Art Calendar Blanket. So, essentially what this, sorry, someone in my eyelash. Essentially what this is just it's a scenic blanket, and I'm gonna hold it up for you, and we're now gonna be doing appliques and sewing them on to give it kind of like a painting as a blanket. So I need to add some trees. Actually, I have the list right here. I need to add 7 trees, 3 pine trees that are optional, but I want to do them also, 6 houses, 2 clouds, a tractor, 2 mushrooms, 5 pumpkins, 5 sunflowers. I might do more than 5 sunflowers because I love sunflowers, and I would love to just have that in there as well. A horse, and a whale. So that's a fun little to-do list for this blanket, but it'll keep me going for it. Okay. So, like I said, it's kind of a scenery type thing. So use your imagination till everything's finished. Okay. Here's the sky, and there's the sun I did. And then it goes down to a hill with the barn. And if you look closely in the barn, there's hay somewhere on it. Where's the hay at? Oh, there's the hay. On that one. There's the barn, and then grass, and then an ocean. So, yeah. That is gonna be exciting. Sorry, my chair's just like getting caught on everything now. Oh, okay. 1 second, I'm gonna fix that. Okay. I'll sort it out. So I was thinking while I was doing that I want to be able, I think one of the reasons that I was able to finish that blanket so much was because I was recording it all. Well, normally I don't record my projects like that, and I had a lot of fun doing that, because it was just something to look forward to keep going with it, and, because it was like, okay, well, I can't have a 5-minute video of me explaining the project and then no project. So I think it was just that need to have that content out. So I was like, oh, let's do that. Which I don't know why I don't really get those rushes from the podcast, but when I was filming those Blizzard videos, I was like, anyways, I think I'm gonna try to set a goal for myself to have one Hat Not Hate hat done, because I did reorganize my Hat Not Hate hat stash again. So that's just exciting on its own. So I realized that one of my problems why I wasn't getting the hats done was because I had stored all the yarn into the stash, whereas before it was right there, and that was just easier to grab. So figure that problem out, just leave the yarn out, and then so I'm gonna try to get one of those hats done, and then I don't know what I'm gonna be able to work off this list, but I want to be able to check something off. And those are the 2 goals that I'm setting for myself. Just to slowly work on it, give myself enough leeway, and call it good. So, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you had a great day. And happy holidays again. And I will see you on Tuesday for the Blizzard video. And then I'll see you on Wednesday or maybe Thursday for the part 2 videos. And I'll see you Sunday for the next podcast. Bye.